Outdated heating systems within some hospitals are not only expensive to run, but also make it difficult for NHS trusts to hit their carbon emission targets. Jonathan Gibson went to see the Carbon and Energy Fund, who've been tasked with saving NHS England £200 million per year on their energy bills by improving energy efficiency.
Inside this generating station, big changes are afoot.
All those boilers there have got to be removed and replaced with new ones.
Leeds General Infirmary and the University of Leeds have shared this power plant for 20 years. As well as generating electricity, it keeps their buildings warm using a combined heat and power system.
If you take a typical generating station, the heat that's also generated just goes to waste and can't be utilised at all. When you bring the generation plant locally and embed it within the energy centre, you generate electricity, but then the waste heat that's provided goes to heat the buildings. There's a cost benefit, there's a carbon saving, and there's also that resilience and security of supply.
2 decades after being installed, it's reaching the end of its working life. But because the system has proved so successful, it's being replaced with the latest equivalent. They've called in the Carbon and Energy Fund as advisors to the project.
The Carbon and Energy Fund was originated out of the Department of Health in 2011. It was born out of frustration. Every time a hospital went to do an energy scheme or a CHP type scheme, they would do it once. Then the knowledge was lost, then another hospital would come along and then repeat the process. So the idea was to build a Carbon Energy Fund, which is a membership organisation, and then we provide all the bits that a hospital needs to procure an energy scheme. So we provide the project managers, we provide the procurement, we provide the contract, we provide the technical advisors, and if needed, we also provide the finance.
For the university and hospital teams, it's proving a massive help.
We don't do this sort of thing very often, so we're not used to procuring this kind of service or facility. So what the Carbon Energy Fund do is bring expertise in that procurement. They're assisting NHS trusts with procurements up and down the country all the time. They bring expertise, both technical and commercial.
Project management experience, engineering experience, but also brought a contracting structure that had been used before. So there was a contract that had been tried and tested for the delivery of similar services. So rather than going out and reinventing the wheel, we could access a pre-existing set of contracts which the energy providers also knew and understood.
That's critically important for hospitals where new equipment has to be installed without interrupting daily life. But as well as reducing running costs and providing energy security, the project will also help this hospital meet new efficiency targets.
Something like 10,000 tonnes of carbon will be saved as a result of the upgrading of the facilities annually.
It's one of the simplest things a trust can do. It gives an ability to use resources more efficiently, it's generating heat, it's generating power. The whole ethos behind these sort of schemes is to reduce usage. So therefore it is measurable, it fits within the Carter report, and it helps trusts raise themselves up into the upper echelon of efficiency metrics within the NHS.
But how do the figures add up? Well, on average, a hospital will save around £1 million a year by introducing this system, with a payback period of between 4 and 5 years. But the big saving is in carbon reduction, down by between 25 and 35%. You can think of it like 1 in 4 hospitals effectively becoming carbon-free. But will it be enough to persuade more hospitals to adopt it?
The help is there, the resources are there, the contracts are there. It's not new anymore. It is proven. We can demonstrate through multiple hospitals that have done this that it is viable. There's capital there, there's finance there to make the schemes happen. It is just a case of believing in it and getting started.
That's something Leeds General and its university neighbours are already doing, taking lessons from the past to lay foundations for the future, providing long-term, low-carbon and reliable energy.